What's up YouTube? Joshua here from Choppy Tech, coming at you with another video. And in this video we are going to be talking about the Google Nexus 5. Now this past year, the Google Nexus 6 came out. But does that mean that you should put down your Nexus 5? We'll find out. So last year Google came out with the Google Nexus 5. This phone sported a 5-inch display. But a couple months ago, Google came out with the Nexus 6, which has a huge 6-inch QHD display. Now, since I've had my phone for about 9 months, the Nexus 5, I am still going to stick with my Nexus 5. But to you, we are going to find out if it's worth upgrading from the Nexus 5 to the 6 or upgrading from any other last-gen phone. With Android Lollipop, the Nexus 6 is pretty much great, but also the Nexus 5 is great. Now, the Nexus 5 has a 1080 by 1920 resolution, as the Nexus 6 has a 1440 by 2560 resolution. For the Nexus 5, that would be a 445 pixel per inch display, and for the Nexus 6, that would be a 493 pixel per inch display. Let's talk about the camera. The Nexus 6 sports a 13 megapixel camera, as the Nexus 5 sports an 8 megapixel camera. The flash on the Nexus 6 is a dual LED flash, and the flash on the Nexus 5 is an LED flash. Now, what matters to you is going to matter to you. But if you need to upgrade the camera, then I would upgrade the camera, because this camera on the Nexus 6 also shoots in 4K, if that is a big deal to you, as the front-facing camera on the Nexus 6 is 2 megapixels. Because compared to that, the Nexus 5 is 1.3 megapixels, so about 0.7 megapixels better of a camera is on the Nexus 5. Let's talk battery. The Nexus 5 has a 2,300 milliamp hour battery, as the Nexus 6 has a 3,220 milliamp hour battery. The Nexus 6 obviously needs it, as it has a much larger display to the Nexus 5, and it needs the power for the whole day. Now, I noticed that with the Lollipop update for Android, my Nexus 5 has better battery life, as I've used my battery on the Nexus 5 all day today, and it has about 50% left, so I'm happy. Now, we're going to talk about something new. Lastly, I believe both of these phones do not have expandable storage, so if you use your storage on your phone up quickly, then I would get either a higher amount of gigabytes when purchasing, or I would just not get this phone. I would go with like a Galaxy S5 or Note 4. But right now we're going to still continue to talk about the Nexus, as this whole video was focused about the Nexus. So my verdict is, if you need the larger display and 4K recording and the better camera, I would go with the Nexus 6. But if you do not need any of those bells and whistles, with the Lollipop update on the Nexus 5, it runs wonderful, as I have no complaints at all, and I do not want the Nexus 6. So, it is your opinion in the end, but my recommendation is that. Also, do not forget to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe, as it helps me out a lot. Thank you.